Okay, so this is just an editor's note from yours truly, Fluffy Wheatbix. Fire gave me an hour and a half's worth of content to condense into a 20-minute video and a day to do it. So if it's a little lackluster, there's your reasoning.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hypixel Skyblock, and today we are going to be starting something brand new. We're going to be leaving our old profile behind, all of our gear, all of our weapons, and starting a brand new profile, an Ironman series. I've been meaning to do something for this, like this for a while, and today is finally the day. Create. And thus, Pomegranate begins.
For those who don't know what Skyblock is, here's an explanation.
Hypixel Skyblock is an MMORPG in which essentially you complete a skill, you grind a skill to level up that skill and gain certain buffs in it. So that +6 there with the little icon of a tree.
Alright, so in this next part, Fire got extremely rambly. He was basically just describing how he's got these mods that help gameplay a ton. Skyblock Extras, Skyblock Add-ons, NEU, they're all mods that can help you a ton. So if you want to start playing Skyblock, I suggest you use those mods.
Here we go into the hub island. Now first things first, we are going to start farming. Now, you might have seen there we unlocked a wheat minion. A wheat minion is a really good thing to unlock. And ideally, we want to have our maximum minions at all times. So when you start off, I believe you have 8 slots of minions, which means we want to get ourselves up to 8 minions as soon as possible. Just because whether we're down here farming or we're on our island doing our own thing, the more that we, the longer that we have our minions just chilling, the more stuff that we'll get from them. So you'll see there we've got a farm suit armor. This may be the first armor that we wear. It doesn't give it gives you an extra 20 speed, which is quite nice, and then regrow an extra crop on the farming islands, which doesn't really do that much, but you know, it's quite nice, and it gives you an extra 15 defense, which isn't bad. There are some custom enchants in this game mode as well. So growth 5 essentially gives you a bunch of extra health, and protection 5 is protection 4 but 1 higher. Now, a Reforge, there are 2 different types of Reforge. There's Reforges which just use the blacksmith, who is over here. So if we speak to him, there you go, I can reforge items for a price. Normally it would cost money, but again, because it's your first one, you only need 10 coal. There you go, reforging items allows you to get the most of your equipment, the most of your weapons, armor, and other items by applying stat modifiers to them. Essentially, yes. So if I were to put in pickaxe there, it will say error. But if I were to put in my sword and click this for the 10 coal, it's given us heroic, which gives us, as you can see there, it shows in blue, 15% extra strength, 1% attack speed, and 40% extra intelligence. There are much better ones for this, but given it is a rogue sword, and the main reason we're going to be using it is for our ability, before we can get a better one relatively quickly, that's not bad as a first reforge. Now here we are at the bazaar. We can't use the bazaar. Okay, we can't access it. Now the adventurer shop, here's where we start getting into talismans. So talismans, or accessories as they're called, they have their own certain buffs. So that one there reduces damage taken by zombies by 5%. But the real advantage of talismans come with the reforges. So currently this is just a zombie talisman. As long as it's either in our inventory or something called an accessory bag, which we'll unlock later, then it will give us that stat buff of reducing damage by zombies by 5%. But if we were to reforge that, so we'll just go with hurtful for now because we don't have that many coins, that now gives us 4 crit damage, which means if I were to come over to the back here where the zombies spawn, now here, zombies, at the minute we are doing 28 damage when we're not critting. We do only have a 30% chance of critting, and there you go, 44% damage when we do. Okay, so it doesn't doesn't change the 28 because it was our crit damage, but we're only doing 43 when we don't have it, compared to, there you go, 44 when we do. That might not sound like a lot, and to be honest, it isn't. Hurtful isn't necessarily the best to reforge, but once we end up with lots and lots of those, it really does stack up. Now, fairy souls, the way that you claim fairy souls, the hub is here. Tier the fairy, whereabouts is she? There you go, that's an example of a fairy soul. There are I think there's over 200 now. If you go into your quest log, which it will be, I don't remember what the actual Minecraft, writable book, it says there. You click into your quest log, and here you can see all of your quests, but also your fairy souls. So in terms of fairy souls, you see there it says 0. We come on over to this one and right click it. And right click it. There we go. You found that fairy soul. So now if we go on our quest log, it would say 1 out of 227. And we could speak to Tia the Fairy, who will give you extra buffs from finding these fairy souls. So for every 5 you get, she will give you some upgrades, some strength, some health, and occasionally a bit of speed. It's very nice. You can increase your... I think it's by about 600 you can increase your health. So at the minute we've only got 100 health, so we'd be timesing our health by 7 from just getting these fairy souls. They are a pain to find, but they are absolutely necessary, and to be honest, I would just either find them as we do, or if you are moving faster than this series is, just look up a tutorial. There are many online, you should be able to find one. And that should be right. So give souls to the fairy. Once we have 5 fairy souls, we can do that.
Alright, so for this next clip that Fire had recorded, he ended up kind of, sort of, maybe going through foraging, mining, and some minion stuff. And it was a 20-minute clip that I had to sit through the entirety of just to get this content for. Why do I do this? Why? We're on existential topics with Fluffy, the editor. Now, for this part to work, right, I kind of have to, like, talk through this time-lapsed bit, because there's not really much of significance other than the fact that he ends up, like, reforging some items, like his pickaxe, and I think he had the sword reforged already. He ends up mining, then he ends up, I don't know, applying some enchants to a few tools of his. Why is grass always wet in the morning? It's the weirdest thing, honestly. I'll wake up in the morning one day, I'll just go camping, wake up in the morning, and all of a sudden the grass around me, or just the ground in my tent, will be covered in moisture. I hate that word, moisture. Yeah. Are we almost done this? Are we almost done this clip? Are we almost done this segment? No, we're not. We're not even halfway through it. This is great. This is a 10-minute... This is like a... Hold up, what? This is a lot longer than I had hoped. Why do we buy food when we can just eat grass? No, shoutouts to Honestly Fire. He's genuinely a great content creator. You guys should go watch his streams. Twitch.tv/honestlyfire. They're honestly pretty fire. I'm sorry, I'll see myself out.
Who that spawns here, but I'm pretty sure someone else has already taken it, which is a bit of a pain. So we're going to go over to where the gold is spawned. Oh, that's how we're getting our coins, by leveling up skills. Yeah, I forgot to mention, when you do level up your skills, it does give you a few coins. Those skills, it's not many coins, but when we can't get many coins at all on an Ironman profile this early on, you know, 400 coins isn't bad, man, and eventually a couple of them will be giving us a few thousand, and you know, it's a reforge. Now we'll drop telekinesis on you because we do actually want the sand. Although sand isn't used for much, it is a collection, and you never know what we might need from it. I'm going to sell all of these apples and stuff, the sticks, the poisonous potato. I'm actually going to keep the poisonous potato because it's using a crafting recipe that we'll get later. So we'll keep that for now. The rest of this stuff can basically just chill in my inventory, except for the stone because that's actually useless. So now we can go back to here, use the rogue sword twice to get a little bit of extra speed, and then go back to grinding our mining levels up. Ooh, yep, we're fine there. Okay, where to now? Bounce away up there and continue. And onwards we go. So after we've got to this island and we have unlocked our mining level, then there are only a few more islands that we won't have unlocked yet. So there's the Spider's Place. If we do go to the Spider's Place now, again, we would immediately get killed by everything. Spiders are quite strong. There's the End, which if we die to spiders, we die to end mobs. Well, Endermen and Zealots. Zealots being, or Zealots rather, not Zealots. Zealots being a special type of Enderman. Whether you call them Zealots or Zealots, you're cool. And then there's the Dungeon Hub, which we can go into a minute. We can go to in a minute. We have technically unlocked, but there's not really anything we can do there. Partially because we don't have the combat level, and partially because we would just die.
And now, for your feature presentation, digging up sand with Honestly Fire.
Almost done, come on. 7.2, 7.3, 7.4. And there we go.
Alright, though, all jokes aside, here's minion content and island expansion.
But now I can just put, let's see. We'll actually grab some cobblestone and increase our area by a little bit here. And then we will absolutely cover my island in torches, because although the number of mobs that can spawn is determined by your combat level, and my combat level is currently very, very low, it's not worth risking getting shot off. Because if you do just jump into our the void, we do have our chest down here, which is a couple of extra stuff as well. But if I was to just jump into the void, we won't lose half of our coins. You see, we have 5,000. We have quite a lot at the minute. But if a mob were to punch us and then we were to fall into the void, then that would count as a death, and we would lose half our coins, which there have been, I know people who have lost millions and millions and millions of coins.
Yeah, speaking from experience, I've lost, well, looking at my watch here, around 60 million coins from dying in the void.
By falling off on their island, which is not really something you want to do. So there we go. We have our coal minion, we have our gold minion, we have our iron, we have our lapis, and we have our sand and cobble. More as placeholders, but still there. And I think, on that note, I am going to say thank you everybody so much for coming out here. I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of the Hypixel Ironman series. I really hope you guys like this, man. I know it might have a little bit of stream vibes, and I haven't quite got how YouTube works yet, apart from the whole looking at the camera thing. I got that much, and smacking it with a sword. I hear that helps to increase ratios. But like I said, guys, if you did enjoy the video and you want to see more, do let me know, because obviously, if no one's enjoying this, then there's no reason to. I'm actually having quite a lot of fun with this, man. I've wanted to do an Ironman profile for a while, but I feel like it's less interesting to stream. Things like dungeons just generally come off with a more chill vibe. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out here, guys, and I'm sure we'll see you again in the next episode. Bye-bye!
Alright, so as the editor for this video, please just leave any criticisms or what I should change up if I do another one, because this is my first time editing in quite a while. Be sure to check out my channel, Fluffy Wheatbix. I stream on Twitch every once in a while, twitch.tv/Fluffy Wheatbix. But more importantly, check out Fire. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Nah, but he's great. I think that's good.